All right, so what is the truth about cover letters? Does anybody actually read them? Does anybody actually still send them? Welcome back to the channel. I'm John, and here I create content around resumes, cover letters, applying for jobs, interviews, and everything employment in between. So this is perhaps one of the most frequently asked questions when I'm working with clients, preparing resumes for them or doing some interview coaching, is, are cover letters important? Does anybody actually read them? Now, personally, I'm a huge advocate for cover letters, and I'll start off straight off the bat by saying, yes, I think they are important, and do think that you should always include one with every resume that you send. Now, it is true that not many people send them. When I was running my staffing agency and I was hiring for positions for clients, I would estimate that maybe out of every 100 resumes I received, only one or two would send cover letters. So why bother send them? In many cases, when you're applying online, you're asked to attach your resume. And in a recent exercise, when I was going through the application process for, I think, about 25, 30 jobs, about 5 of them did ask for cover letters. Now, I go through this exercise on a fairly regular basis just to stay on top of what the trends are in terms of the application process, what ATS systems are looking for. So out of the 25, 30 positions, I think 5 actually did ask for a cover letter, and they had a separate box to attach one. So what are the benefits of sending a cover letter as opposed to not sending a cover letter? Recruiters often use the expression spray and pray when it comes to job applications, and it's an approach many job seekers use. They'll take the same resume and they'll use it to apply for dozens, if not hundreds, of positions. Now, what this does, this really depersonalizes your application. One thing recruiters love to see is that an applicant is really interested in a specific position they're hiring for, that they've considered it in great detail, and that their application for that job is very personalized and has been given a great deal of thought. Now, while your resume might be fairly standardized, the cover letter gives you an opportunity to really personalize your application. Now, a resume tends to be a fairly sterile document where you list responsibilities and you list accomplishments. There's not a great deal of room for flair, for personalization. So that's what you can do in the cover letter, while at the same time also showing that you're a fairly effective communicator, if not a great communicator, that you can express an argument in a few short paragraphs. One interesting value that a cover letter has is that it allows you to talk about things that you may not have the opportunity to do in the resume. For example, a lot of companies are very value driven. They express in the job ad their philosophy, their values, their commitment to inclusion and equity, their commitment to environmental causes, for example. So while you may not have an opportunity within the resume, the cover letter gives you an opportunity to express in one way or another how you're fully on board with their value system. And given the fact that not many job applicants will actually take the time to craft a cover letter or attach one and send one, if you do, you'll be in a small minority of applicants, so your resume has another opportunity to stand out amongst all of the others. So what do you do though if you're going through an online application process and there isn't the little box to attach a cover letter? In cases like this, what I suggest you do, while keeping your resume to 1 or 2 pages, depending on your level of experience, go to a second or third page, but have the first page as your cover letter. So it will go through the ATS. And should the recruiter be reading it, if you've emailed it directly, the first thing they will see is your cover letter. So definitely, if you cannot attach it separately, add a page at the beginning of your resume and paste your cover letter there. I wouldn't go into great detail in the cover letter. I would keep it as, as fairly concise, 3, maybe 4 paragraphs, explain your interest in the position, highlight 1 or 2 reasons why you feel that you're a good match, highlight 1 or 2 accomplishments in your current or recent roles that align with what the company is doing. And finally, as you normally see in cover letters, if you've read through any of them or if you've researched them, end the cover letter thanking the reader for their time and attention, and that you look forward to being considered for the next role and possibly interviewing for the position. So stand out from all of the others. Send a cover letter. You can't go wrong with one. If they don't read it, they don't read it. But you know what? There's a possibility they will, and it will position you against all of the other applicants. So I hope you got some value from this. My thoughts on really the importance and the value of a cover letter. I would say ignore what people are saying about nobody reads one. They do read them. When I was recruiting, and I was doing a lot of high volume recruiting, doing a lot of permanent recruiting, I always read the cover letters quickly, but I always read through them. So if you got some value from this, I would truly appreciate the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification so that you're updated when I create new content and post new videos. So until the next video, good luck with your applications, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.